And we are here. Starting point once again. Beautiful ladies sitting in here. Reintroduce yourselves from my left.
Hi, Lisa. What's up, y'all?
Looking all burnished and stuff. Yes.
Vanessa.
Hey, Nessa. I love Nessa. Remember Cosby Show? I love
Ness.
Nessa.
And I'm Renee.
Hey, Renee and Angela. Hey, yo, smile.
And I am Demetria Kim.
I never knew your name was Demetria.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people know.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
cute.
It is.
Her name Kimberly. She putting it on. Her name Kimberly.
And I'm Chanel.
Oh,
Nelly
Nelly
Bell.
Bell. She's so beautiful. So I wanted to talk about something. We kind of talked about it a little bit, and we're gonna get a little bit more into how we move in the world. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you ever experience anxiety? And more importantly, what it has to do with being a woman? Anxiety is it more individual, or like for example, if you find yourself in certain situations being a woman, or is it just anxiety as a whole, not related to being a woman, just feeling a bit of anxiety in this world we're living in right now? Do you ever experience anxiety?
Yes.
How so? Speak on
Oh,
it.
for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just all-encompassing anxiety for me as a woman, as just being me. I don't know what it is. I'm just like I said, I'm just introverted and always to myself because you always have that thing in the back of your mind like you're being judged or like am I being like I don't know. I just
I
kind of
hear
judge
you.
myself and I kind of project that onto other people, thinking that they're thinking that about me. So I try to stay to myself.
That's a
But
good
yeah,
point.
I'm over conscious. So
Do you ever talk to people about your anxiety? Like, or do just people close to you know that you kind of go through periods of anxiety?
my mama knows everything, of course, about me. So she knows things like my job recently. They put me on reception. Like I don't like talking to people,
Right.
especially like angry people about their money. I know.
Exactly.
So like that's something like I had to deal with anxiety with that. But basically, my mom, I did speak to a professional about it with that and depression, like anxiety and depression going hand
Mhm.
in hand. But yeah, that's it. But for the most part, I kind of deal with it myself and just do things that just stay quiet and do things I like to do.
Okay. Anybody else experience anxiety and depression? How so?
Um, well, since I've been sick, this is when I experienced the worst anxiety.
Mhm.
Like, being sick and dealing with chemo and all that and MRIs. I never knew I had anxiety. I never knew I was claustrophobic until I started having to get the MRIs and all of that. And then the uncertainty.
Right.
It's like,
Absolutely.
I got this cancer. What else is going that's always in the back of my mind. Like,
Right.
what else can be put on me?
Right.
And before that, I used to have periods where I had the blues. People
Right.
call it the blues because, it didn't last for a long time,
Mhm.
but I was depressed maybe for about a week or so. And then all of a sudden it leaves. But it would come and go every now and then. And I just try to stay away from people when I'm feeling like that because I don't want to bring nobody else down when I'm down.
Mhm.
Especially if you know somebody that's, and then I come in there all like,
Mhm.
So when I feel like that, I just rather keep to myself because it will pass.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I just recently started dealing with anxiety these past few years.
Okay. Anybody else? Depression, anxiety.
I've dealt with a lot of depression lately, and I speak to a group. I have a group that I go to once a week,
Nice.
and I talk to. We talk about it, and as far as and I can get down, and I have a place at home that I sit in, a spot, and I never move out of that spot. Oh, that brings tears to me. Anyway, I stay in that spot, and it seems like I just cannot get out of that spot, you
Mm.
know. And I don't know why, what it is. Um, you call me 24/7, and I'm still in the same spot, and I just can't get past that. you know, and I don't know why I can't get past that. I know I have a hard time sleeping in my bed. I do because my back. But even in that, I just cannot move. It's a certain spot on the couch I sit every day, all day long. And I mean, to a point, sometimes I look and I look at my house and I say, it's just a mess in here. I need to get up and clean up, you know? And I have to like make myself do these things. That's not normally me. I don't, I'm up,
You up and
moving,
out,
doing
yeah.
everything, and stuff. I just cannot get out of this zunk I'm in, I don't know why,
That's
so.
classic depression, sounds
Mhm.
like. Does that space give you solace? Is it a safe space or is it a space where you think it's a roadblock space? Like if I sit here, I won't be asked to do anything. I won't be expected to do anything. Or is it a place where you feel comfortable? Tell
I
me.
think it's both.
Okay.
I think it's both, where um, I won't be asked to do nothing, um, and it's a safe spot for me,
Okay.
also. You know, um, and I know I get on my son's nerves because I call him, and it's sad. I call him and put my socks on. To
Ooh.
yes, I have that problem. I just cannot get out of this zunk. I mean,
Is the weekly meeting helping?
yes, it does. It helps because to know someone else is there too.
Mm.
You know.
And I think you sharing this with us, and not to
Mhm.
sound cliche or not, but if it gets to the ears of anyone else that's in that same spot, or to help them know that I'm not the only one that's feeling this way, and to seek something out like you sought something out. What do you wish you were better at? So when you look at you, and like I said, at being as an adult, I said I need to be kinder and I need to be more patient. In my 20s, I made an effort to say I'm going to be kinder and I'm going to be more patient.
In your 20s?
I said it because I'm telling you, I used to be like a corner asshole, and not to put my business out. You smiling, you like a corner. You was the whole side of the street.
No, that's not why I'm smiling, because I think everybody got a corner asshole.
Yeah.
But even with my personality, people don't think I do. I'm so laid back sometimes, and 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 can I share something with you guys really quickly? I don't mind. I don't like talking about myself so much because I'm here to facilitate a conversation. And we talk about how women get along and how we treat each other. And I've had an issue that I don't bring up because I don't want the friendship to go. So when I do that, I just stay away. That's how I do. But girl, where you been? I just been over here chilling because I know if I say something, how it's gonna be taken. And I think this is a good person. I just think the way they friend, the way they friend is not how I friend. And everything is a jab. Everything is thinking the worst of me first. Why do you think I would do that? I told you. I saw it on the thing. I said, no, you didn't say X, Y, and Z.
That go back to that women
Go back.
thing I was talking about.
Okay.
It goes right back to that.
Yeah.
To where you friends with someone and everything fine, all of a sudden they going in on you and you don't know why.
What did I? And then it's like, explain it to me.
Right.
Give me a chance to understand. Because first, if you don't explain it to me and tell me what I'm doing wrong, it's going to continue if I don't know.
Absolutely.
And secondly, think more of me. I have like 8 friends. I don't have a lot of friends. Most of them last name is my last name. But I covet, that's a coveted position to me when I call somebody a friend, who I let around my children. That is friendship is no joke to me. Some people, that's my girl, I love you. You don't love me. You like my pictures and you love me on Instagram, but you saw me at, Ralph's the other day and walked right past me. You don't love me. I appreciate you.
Right.
So when I say that I say that I just want us to start giving each other the benefit of the doubt as women.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
know you over there going through it. I'm over here going through it over here. Don't turn it around on me. How you doing? I hope things get better. Girl, you
Mhm.
doing all right? I'll send a text. You doing all right? Send someone you haven't heard from in a little while. You okay over there? That that works wonders.
It does.
Yeah, if you care about the relationship and there's something going on that you perceived happened, why doesn't it warrant the conversation rather than
Absolutely.
you just automatically thinking the worst and then reacting to it like it's fact?
Mhm.
Why not have the conversation if you care about the relationship? I don't understand
Right. Right. And what is something? And I ask this question because I don't think we look at both of these things enough. And I want everybody to think about it. And I'm going to talk a lot because I want you guys to think about it because I want everybody to answer that. What is something that you absolutely love about yourself that you wish more people knew? What is something that you really want to work on about yourself? Now, I say that because I want to give you guys time to think about. You say yes and yes. I want to give you guys time to think about that because I know you guys. I don't know if you guys can tell. You know, I teach by trade, but anytime I teach, I do it from I always teach from a self-centered place. Any methodology that I teach is from self, and when I say that, I mean I'm going to teach you how to react to something that you don't have any control over, because that's all the control that you have. So in my how to deal with difficult people course that I teach, that cat that just lost $1 million in the stock market and you're his receptionist, he might walk in and just put it on you crazy. How do you react to that? How do you keep your self-worth while handling that person that you have no control of? So everything I do, I teach from a self place. Your responsibility to do this project and do this work is going to directly affect the outcome that you have out of this course. I think that in life, how you have the ability to maneuver yourself, evaluate yourself. You knew you did that shit. You didn't have to do that to that girl. You didn't have to do that to that dude. You didn't have to talk to your child that way. Why didn't you promise? We were talking about this earlier. You promised yourself to do something for yourself and you didn't do it. Why didn't you do that for yourself? We have to evaluate those things. So when I want you guys to think about it, I know you thought about it now. I'm going to start to the right first. What is something that you absolutely love about yourself? This is some brag worthy stuff. Thug life. Say it with your chest. Right? And something that you really want to work on. What do you think?
One thing that I do kind of like about myself is I try to be kind to people. I try to be empathetic to people. Yeah, probably like
Mhm.
to my own fault, but I try to be empathetic to people.
Are you kind to yourself?
No,
Why?
listen.
Why do you think?
I just since I was a kid, I just always saw the worst in myself. As far as
Hmm.
the look,
You are
voice.
you are
Really
stunningly
No.
beautiful.
Like,
It
Beautiful
You
child.
are
Yes.
stunningly beautiful.
Mhm.
And let me give you another. That's what we see. You're a beautiful person. And when I look at even just your battle on Twitter, they can't tell you nothing. This girl battles. Her intelligence, she goes in.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fight in you. And these us women here are telling you you're a beautiful person. And you knowing it is going to be when you start to soar. You understand what I'm saying? You will start to soar. You have all that strength is when you realize it. That they ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing after that.
And that's the thing that I would want to work on is just to be fearless. My mom is just she's the opposite of me. Like she can go out into the world. I'm sure she has her own fears, but she can go out the world and say what she and
Mhm.
speak her mind and stuff like that. But me, I felt like I don't know if it was her protecting me so much and me trying to protect myself. Just a true story. I stayed to myself into my room because I don't believe myself almost, for lack of a better word, worthy enough to go out into the world sometimes. So
Mm.
that's another reason as to why I feel like I've never allowed myself to have a relationship with anybody because I've closed myself in. And now that I'm 30, about to be 36, without a child, without a relationship, I'm like, okay, I'm ready now. But when I try to do that, it's a letdown basically. So I wish I was more.
Don't give up.
That's what I was gonna say.
Right.
Can I tell you
Don't give
something?
up.
And look at yourself differently because you
Mhm.
have a lot to offer. You know,
You really do.
and your
Mhm.
aura, your looks, everything is just on point. Like you're beautiful inside and out. You can tell
Mhm.
that. Other people will
Mhm.
pick up on it too.
Yeah.
So you go out there with confidence. Don't ever let nobody dim your light.
And
at
don't
all.
don't allow that experience to jade you on what's out there in the world for you. Continue to be vulnerable when you feel that way. Continue to walk away something that doesn't suit you. But it's kind of just like, and I hate to bring this up because the men kept bringing that up. Jay cheated on Beyonce. She's supposed to be the epitome of everything. She's the
Oh,
businesswoman.
wow.
She's this. She's that. But look at the world. People in relationships, the system is broken. It's not you. It's the system. We can't talk to each other. The system of relationships is what needs to get fixed. It's not you. And I'm glad that you saw your way out of that. And there's going to be many more opportunities. Listen to that God in you to either, dive in or walk away. But don't let it sour you on love is beautiful when it's
When it's right.
pure and when it's right.
Right.
Mhm.
Giving
It's
and receiving.
I don't think
Mhm.
anybody would say, we talk about how hard relationships is and finding honest people and we go through this thing, but love is beautiful. And I think everybody needs to experience it at some point in their life. Everybody is worthy of it and everybody deserves it. And you absolutely do. Everybody here does. You're welcome. That's $15 plus tax and tip.
Yeah.
I'm
All
just
I got
kidding.
is a car. But just I don't want to take up people's
No,
time.
you're
But just
good.
another thing is I would need to work more on because there are things I do like to do. I feel like I'm good at, but I did not do that because I felt like, oh, maybe I'm not as good as
What?
her. Or I'm
What
not as
is
good
it?
as him.
What
I like
is
to
it?
sing. I like to act. So
Oh,
right. So, but like
okay.
to be at my age, I've allowed myself to suppress myself for so many years. I've seen like all of our legends, like Michael Jackson from like Beyonce. You said Beyonce.
Mhm.
So I said Beyonce. They all started in their youth. So it's like when they were starting their youth, I was like, no, Chanel's not good enough. No, Chanel's not this. No, Chanel's not that. So I waited all this time, and I feel like my life is just almost a waste.
No,
Mm-mm.
no,
No, not to say it like I'm just. There's something that I'm kind of focused on with myself. So
I
that's
got
And you know
that's my
what?
biggest
It's
You
fear
never
right
too
now.
late.
and
though.
it's
Never
not.
too late.
And a thing about that is I'm 60 and I hate that I didn't do it.
Mm.
Do it now.
You do it now
You
too.
No.
Yeah.
I wanted to dance. I didn't dance.
Get your black ass out there and
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to dance. I wanted to learn to sing, and I didn't do it. Do it now. You saying it now? You only
Do it.
36. Do it now.
And I challenge you to do it as well.
Yeah.
You can
Mhm.
still
You
do
have
it
a
at
lot of
36.
examples out there of actors who didn't even
Go
get
to
big
school
and
for
make
it.
Right.
yeah, or didn't even get big and make it until they were like 40.
Right.
Yeah.
You have like what is it, Sam
Mhm.
Jack? You got Morgan
Mhm.
Freeman.
Yeah.
Viola hit her stride. Like
Mhm.
you
Look,
have
James
examples.
Earl Jones, he didn't even speak verbally
Right.
until
He
he
sure
was 10
didn't.
years
Uh-huh.
old.
Yeah.
He was nonverbal for 10 years of
Mhm.
his
Yes.
life.
Wow.
And when you're older and you know yourself and you feel comfortable, that's the version the world gets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so many things that happen in that world, you'll be better equipped to handle them.
There's a
And
lot
you
of
go find a
things.
church. And
A lot of
join
things.
the
Well,
Okay.
thank you for sharing that with
Yeah.
us.
There's
Thank
a
you
lot of
so
things
much.
that's out there that will try to tell you different. And you see, oh, okay, well, I see the girl over here. She getting all the guys. I see this. What kind of guys is she getting?
Right.
Right.
That part.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's what you
We
gotta
all
look
can
That's
at.
have
what you gotta look
somebody.
at.
Uh-huh.
Everybody, no one has to be single if they don't want to.
That is
Right.
the truth.
You know
That's
what
true.
I mean?
Right.
Be discerning.
Very.
Very
Be
discerning.
discerning.
That's what I said. Very.
You don't have to put people down and say they ain't nothing. They're just not your
Mhm.
cup of tea.
Right.
Be
Mhm.
discerning and
Mhm.
have confidence in that.
Mhm.
And that's an extra $18.
And the one,
But
and
still.
you know what? And the
Okay.
one thing
With that
about it
one.
is this, and I found this to be true. If you read your Bible, I don't know, but a man finds the woman.
Mhm.
You don't find him. And believe me, if you praying about that, sincerely, he'll
He'll
find you.
find
He'll
you.
find you.
He will
Live your
find you.
life and
Amen.
enjoy it, and it'll just
Mhm.
exude. It'll
Mhm.
exude, and what's right for you will come to you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, and that's free.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Kim Trina, Kimetria. I'm sorry, Kimetria.
Kim, no.
Kimetria.
We're gonna
No.
salabize her name.
Salastaz. What you think?
It's Kim. Okay, we're gonna stick with Kim today.
It's Kimetria, right? Did I say it right?
Yes,
Kimetria.
yes,
I'm sorry
yes.
about that. Go ahead.
Now, for me, this math. For me, one thing that I love about myself is that whatever I set my mind to do, I will go do it. Whether it be something that I know about or something that I don't know about, I like the things that I don't know about because I find out what it takes to get it or what to do, obtain it, and it's not obtain it.
Mhm.
So I love that part about me. One thing that I really need work on was a couple of things. The first one being patience. I really just don't have patience. And I think it's because I have so many children. 5.
You got 5?
I got time to be patient. I ain't got
You
time
got
to be
5
patient.
now. Okay.
5, right? 5.
Right. And then another thing is it says patience, and then like I don't really like how you were saying, like with the friendship. Like I'm not the one who will call you and to keep in touch. I'll think about you and I'll always say, oh, I gotta call this person, but I don't necessarily do it. Or I find myself taking a nap or something. You know what I mean? It's just like that's something that I really want to work on is the relationship part. I'm the same way with my cousins, and I that's one thing I really don't like about myself.
I got you.
So
Got a lot going on.
yeah, I do.
Miss Renee.
For me, what I don't like about myself, and
Why you got to start with what you don't like? Let's start about what you
I
love.
have to because I curse. And nobody really knows that, and you guys haven't heard it, but I use some words. Trust me.
That's
and
what's up.
I can slang them and throw them, and you could be a bunch of them.
Become.
And really, and I do, and I'm really working on that.
Mhm.
I hate that. I can't stand it that I can just and go up one side and down the other side. And what I love about myself, and I thought about this when you said it, is that I couldn't come to a point of what I loved the most about me.
Mm. You're giving.
And I know that part I know, but what I love about me, and I'll do anything for anybody. You can call me, I'll be there. Yes. That's what you see. But what do I see? I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have a heart.
Has it always been that way, or is it because you're in this space right now?
Always been like that for me. I can't.
Did anybody ever counter that and tell you how I made? Like, did you have that at any point throughout your journey? Did anybody counter that?
I don't know. I really can't say.
Well, I'm hoping we are. And what
I mean, yes, but I'm saying as far as
you believe in
somebody, right? Somebody telling me, yeah, but not. I don't know, not enough. I guess I don't know. When I say not enough, it's like my mother has. She would tell me, you always doing for somebody else and you never do for yourself.
Because did you think you were worthy of doing for?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
I did. But I really didn't like to hear that because I never thought of myself. You know what I'm saying? I never put me in front of it. I was just, okay, I got to go do this for this person. This person asked me to do this and I got to do this, and I'm trying. these things that
Mhm.
I've always done, you know. But what did I do for me? What did I like to do really? You know what I'm saying? I didn't mind helping. I didn't. I never even thought about it. I just did it.
Did you ever discover what you liked?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't. I don't
Mhm.
even know. You know, I don't. You could call me and say, "Hey, Renee, are you doing anything tomorrow?" No, I don't have nothing. I got an appointment at 10, but after that, I'm okay. Well, can you take me such that? Okay, you know, but that's not a problem for me. It's okay, I'll do it. Even now that I'm down, I help anybody doing get up, and I can barely move,
Mhm.
and I'll get up. I will get up out of that little space I was telling
For
you about,
somebody
and
else.
for
Somebody
somebody else.
else.
But for
Wow.
me,
Wow.
I'm stuck.
I'm so sorry.
I am stuck right there. But for somebody else, I will.
And we've had long
Yes.
conversations, and I've told you to call me.
Yes, you did.
Mm.
But
And
see,
I'm
I
not
was
saying
always afraid to call because I would say this, you know, I would tell you something about me that's always been hidden,
Mhm.
like now sharing,
Yeah.
with you guys and stuff. It's okay, and I know it's okay to share, but I didn't want to do it then,
It makes you vulnerable and you
Yes,
opening
and
up
I
for
didn't want to
sure.
be that,
Right.
I didn't want to be that, so I didn't share it, and I listened to, how Vanessa said she gone through what she went through, and I'm saying, God, how could you be so into yourself? I'm thinking this, all I'm thinking about is me,
You
you
support
know,
no,
No.
listen
No.
to me.
when and I don't want you to feel bad for me, or nothing like that. This is really how I feel, you know.
But listen to me. Empathy isn't a bad thing. Empathy is caring and feeling through you. Like we feel what you're saying. It's not a sorry for, it's an empathizing for. And I think I mean, you guys can tell me or not that it's almost like, what can we do? It's
Right.
almost like that thing, because we're sitting here and we're seeing you go. I'm literally, me. I'm trying to.
Right.
These are steps. We gotta take, and what I would like is this not to be the last time we talk about this. Like, I'm not a professional or anything like that. I'm an ear. And I'm a friend anytime you need me. Just to sit and come to your space with you. I bring my computer and we can shoot the shit and whatever it is to make you feel lesser than you not being worthy of having somebody in your company. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
There are so many amazing things about you. You're a veteran. I
Mm.
mean, you put your man. You know what I mean? And
Put your life on the line.
Yeah.
and when that's what hit, because when I said, does anybody ever feel invisible? And I knew you were going to say yeah, because I get it. And it's not a personal thing. It's not this kind of clairvoyant thing. Oftentimes when you're not seen as a sex object or something that can bring somebody money, when you get to a certain age, sometimes you don't exist to the existing world. And oftentimes when you're just trying to make it and things happen, just some nurturing, and when you're a strong person, and when we get labeled as being strong, oh, we don't have to nurture her, we don't have to, she all right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. She got it.
And
Yeah.
it's all right, all right, all right
Yeah.
for so long. Well, what happened to that person?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know what's in
And you
people's
don't,
head.
you never. And that's one of my points was that when I said it is that coming today and sharing and stuff, and as we went on, I was like, gosh, when I start talking, I'm gonna be lost, and stuff like trying to explain myself because of how I feel, about me, and then talking about relationships with other people, other women. I had the relationship I had with a friend, and I think about how I broke that relationship off because they really hurt my feelings. And
Mm.
then you said something about you walked away from, you separated yourself
I
from it.
have to, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't know, and stuff. And that's what I did. I had to separate myself from it because I was the giving person, but I wasn't getting back, like you
Mhm.
said,
Mhm.
what I was giving out.
Mhm.
So I had to separate myself from that. But I really cared about the person,
Mhm.
as my friend,
It
you know.
hurts,
And it does, it
you
really
know.
hurts,
Uh-huh.
It's like
Go ahead.
it's like people that have like a big heart. Sometimes that when they get hurt by somebody, it's like you wouldn't do that to that person.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right.
So it's amazing, like this, just like little things like caring about somebody, seeing if they're okay, or if they need a favor or something. You would jump to that person's help that person. But when somebody does not reciprocate, it's like wow, it seems like the easiest thing to you.
Right.
So I'm
Mhm.
hoping that you see that beauty in yourself, because to have heart, sometimes people think it's not as common as people like to think. Having empathy is not as common as people like to think. So just know that within yourself, and like do something kind for yourself, because you're deserving of
And I'm gonna get to this side in a
Yeah.
minute, but I just it's difficult. It's you know I
It
mean,
is.
it's it's difficult, but you go ahead. Go. Thank you for sharing,
Mhm.
Renee.
I guess the drive, I think is one of the positives that I have. Like when I was sick in the beginning, I couldn't walk, and I was using a walker to get around. I told myself I'm gonna be rid of this walker.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I don't care how I do it. I'm gonna be rid of it. And just like when they told me years ago that my son had a issue, autism, and I had people around, not really people, but his dad mainly. Why you listening to them white folks? Ain't nothing wrong with him and none of that. I saw it was something different about my baby. I got up. I went to every agency I can find that can help him, and right now he's independent.
Yeah.
He go to work every
Yes.
day.
Mm-hmm. You
You
did an
know,
amazing job,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes, you
thank you.
have.
He
Mhm.
takes care of his. Does his own laundry. He cleans the house. He does all of that.
Got more bank money in the bank than I do.
More than I do. Okay,
And you better give his back to
girl,
him.
okay,
Okay.
that part. But when they first told me when he was young, the
None of
first
us knew
thing
what
I did was
autism was.
cry
Yeah.
because my son is what 29 now,
Mhm.
and then nobody knew about autism,
Right.
Right.
so I didn't know what to think or what to do. But then once I stopped crying and said, okay, well, what we got to do,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you
You
know, so
absolutely did.
I'm I'm proud of myself for doing that.
You
Because,
should
Mhm.
be.
normally,
Yes.
I know some people, they have nieces and nephews that the school told them there's something wrong with your child, but for some reason they won't go get this child tested.
Because that would
Mhm.
make it real and make it
Yeah,
right.
it would make
Yes.
it real and right,
Mhm.
but you doing your child a disservice at the same time. You're not getting them the help that they need. Because the one thing that I thought of was like, okay, what if something happened to me?
Mhm.
How he gonna take care of himself?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was trying my best to make him more as independent as possible. And thank God he's there. Um, what I hate about myself is it
No
hate
hate. No.
or is it
Think something you
like-
want to
to
get
work
better
on?
at. Something you want to work on.
I don't know. I guess opening up a little more. Bringing people in like shell shock sometimes. It's like
Right. For sure.
it's
Mhm.
stop and stop judging. Sometimes I judge when I don't need to judge. I don't know nobody's story. Maybe she
Right.
doing A because that's the only way she know how, or maybe she doing that. So I'm doing better at that.
Right.
I can't say what anybody else can do or what they. I'm
Mhm.
not in their shoes. So I learn now to just take a step back. Like maybe she doing it this way because that's the only way she know how.
Got you.
And I've done better doing that. But other than that, that's about it. And um, I just wanted to say they have the strong black woman. I think that is an image that is is too hard to live up to.
Yeah.
Mm,
And I think that's why it's a lot of mental illness with Black women today
mm,
because of that. Because we feel like we got to do A, B, C, D, E. All you know, you got the kids, you got to cook, you got to try to go to work. That's impossible to do every day. It's okay to cry. It's okay to say, you know what, I can't do it.
Mhm.
It's okay to accept help. But I think because we got that label put on us that we feel like we got to do everything.
Mhm.
And I think that's why a lot of times we stressed out.
yeah.
For
We
sure.
stressed out. We we don't know if we coming or going half the time. And I think that's the image that needs to go. That's the image can't nobody live up to.
Mm,
That's
Absolutely.
nobody is superhuman.
That's a
right.
great point.
Very well said.
Mm.
Great point. I think you're an amazing mom.
I think you are an amazing mom too.
Well, I ain't shit.
No.
Well, that
No.
we know.
As far as your mother
But
is.
I mean, I think, but I think what we just talked about speaks to your strength.
Mhm.
But the strength is turned. The strong
Mhm.
Black women. No, we have
I
to
hate
be.
that term.
Yeah.
You know,
hate that
I
term.
talked about this before with when I had the men, and I talked about being able to relinquish that. You know, I've always been the one to provide here because I've had to.
Mhm.
And I think people take it as we don't want you. I don't need no,
Mhm.
you know, a man can't. And it's not that. It's oftentimes it's like, and I don't want to say it like this. And if you allow me to talk about like Chris dad,
Mhm.
she was left. He couldn't handle it. She had to handle it.
Right.
That's what we're left with.
Mhm.
And we handle it, but in the same, and when they flip that over and say you strong, that's why you don't have anybody. I had to be strong to survive it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and my thing is with that, it's like, okay, like say for like black men said we too strong, we too you know, we too this, we too that. My thing is, what are we supposed to do?
Right.
If you
Right.
guys are not there and we got these kids to raise, what are we supposed to do? We gotta raise them. We gotta
Right.
raise them. We gotta feed them. So okay,
Mhm.
well the money I'm making ain't shit.
Mhm.
So let me go to work. Let me go to school, get better, get a better job. Okay, so I got more money coming in. I can help take care of this baby. Okay, I can go buy a house.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, so we supposed to wait till that man come before we go buy a house. We supposed to
Right.
wait till that man come before we go buy this car that we want.
So you're
Mhm.
saying just the necessity
being
of life
punished
and getting what
just
you're
for living.
getting.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That's what I was gonna ask.
And having
Essentially
ambition.
being that thing is turned back. It's turned back on you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, I
Mhm.
got that. Okay.
It's like we being punished for living.
Right.
It's
And
like, you know, you guys aren't there, so that means we can't have it. 'Cause
Right.
this man ain't there.
right.
Mhm.
Hell,
Or don't want you
Right.
eventually.
Or don't-
It's
yeah.
like
yeah.
or
love
don't
will
want you.
come.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or what do you do?
Mhm.
I don't understand that. And they thinking, okay, they don't want a woman on the county, but they don't want a woman that's got a degree.
Right.
Yeah,
They don't
damned
want, they
if
don't
you
want,
do, damned if you don't.
Right.
Right.
And then, you know, they don't want a woman. Well, you already got a house.
Mhm.
Okay,
That-
well, I'm supposed to be in the shack until a
Right.
man comes.
Right.
It's like, you know, miss me
That's
with that.
that's
Uh-huh.
why I say what other people do, and you next. So think about it. That's why I say what other people do and why they do what they do have nothing to do with you. I can be everything that I should be as a woman, and if you don't want to date me, that is on you. It is not on me. But the
Mhm.
scapegoat is putting it on us.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm getting away from that. It's like, okay, you want to do you, because I got to do me,
Mhm.
and you take it any way you want to take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to have my house. I'm going to have my car. I'm going to do whatever it is I want to do. I want to feel good doing it. I don't want to be looked at like, you ain't got no man. What I supposed
You
to
don't
have?
need me.
You don't
Right.
need me. It's not
Of course,
that.
I need
We
you.
need you.
Mhm.
It's, you know, it's,
Right.
don't,
But the
please
ship
believe
was
that.
sinking. I had to put a
But
hole
yeah,
in the
right.
ship.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go. You know, yeah, exactly. The ship
Yeah.
was gonna sink.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to plug that hole. But
Right.
we
Shoot.
need you.
And then I went and got a yacht on that ass. But
Yeah,
okay, but you
right.
can roll.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, my
Okay.
thing is, are you jealous?
Right.
Ooh, that's another conversation. That's the
Yeah.
next
Hello.
time. That's the next
Hello.
time. Next
Let's
time. Next
talk about
time.
it. Let's talk about it.
All right. It is on you. So what you gonna do?
It's
Hey,
on you.
So what I love about myself is my compassion for people and my capacity to love.
Mhm.
Yes.
that Pisces. Gone with that Pisces.
Lord,
It's Taurus over here all day, every day. I know this is a Aquarius, and you somewhere in the summer.
I'm a Leo.
Yeah, girl. Oh Lord.
I'm a,
Describing us
I'm
though.
a
Gemini.
Gemini.
Oh.
That's Gemini.
I'm gonna tell you what though. I love her. I'm gonna tell y'all. She'll stab you
Yes.
and then pay for the funeral.
Oh, Nessa.
Nessa. That's a Gemini. She'll stab you and then pay for the funeral.
And Vanessa and I are supposed to be really get along with.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
compatible.
we are compatible.
And
And you know what? My son is a Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I friend very well with Aquariuses. I friend very. My brother's Aquarius, and we chop stuff. You're an Aquarius, right? And we always
Lord,
go
my
on.
brother's an Aquarius. Lord.
Lord,
I
Lord.
love-
Y'all on your own planet. Fernando.
Okay, y'all on your own.
They talking about your boy.
Shut
The
up.
one that be in there trying to tell you what to do. That's what they talking about. That's
Shout
what
out
they
to
talking
Big
about.
Cousin Big Six.
Big cousin.
Girl, fix it,
But-
Jesus.
But I connect. I've always connected with Pisces. All right, go ahead, Lisa. Pisces. All that.
The thing that I want to work on is my fear of failure.
Mm.
So
Mm.
sometimes because of that, it takes me 50 years to
Mm.
To
finally
start.
do something that I
Mhm.
have been thinking about and planning just because I'm afraid that it's not going to work out.
Mhm.
I eventually get there because I
Mhm.
mean, we were raised by who we were raised
Oh
by.
man. Mhm.
So I eventually get there, but it takes me a minute sometimes because I'm afraid.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely. And I would not, and I know things about all of you, and I love things about all of you, and like I said, I'm getting to know things. I know more things about the two of you and things of that nature, but your intelligence, I love. This woman here,
Yeah.
man.
Any money issues, go to her.
This woman here, you guys, and she also does web design. So if you need somebody, it's gonna be in the caption. So we got businesses all around the thing, but extremely. This one is so organized and perfect and keep it. She called me. You left your fingerprints on my. Come pick up your fingerprints. I was cleaning up after the party. You left your fingerprints on my table. And I can't reiterate enough that anytime I call you, Renee, she don't guess why. She say yes before she asks what it is and what it's for. I don't care. You're just enterprising to me. That's why I always say, you said you're trying to get better and picking up the phone, and you always got 14 balls in the air. Pole. I get poles. You give me 2 balls. You always got 14 balls in the air. You give me maybe when you use that, reminder in your iPhone, but you're gonna be all right. So I appreciate your enterprise in this, and I appreciate the activism in you.
Yeah.
You speak for people that don't always speak for themselves. Like, I watch you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here. I'll be like, go on, Chanel, get your Angela Davis on. Yes. Get it.
One of my heroes, by the way.
Yeah, I know it's old school, but start putting post-its up. Get them in your head. Look at them, and I'm this. I am that, and I can't. It's not bragging to claim what I am.
Right.
You don't have to walk through the door with it, but you feel it when you walk through the door. You get me?
Right.
Your energy.
Your
Man,
affirmations.
everything. So, and you touched on something that I want to look at, and it probably is going to be our wrap up thing, but we can talk about something else, but I want to really hit this because I think it's major. And you said something about because, of who raised us and our mother. Do you know your mother's story? Do you know your mother as a woman? If your mother's still here, if your mother's not here, if she's still here. Did you know your mother as a woman? You being a woman now, do you know what she went through as a woman? Not your mother, but as a woman. And does anybody know that? I'm not saying to tell the story, but I'm saying, is it different? Does that affect how you guys relationship as women now?
For me,
I understand. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, recently. So I would say probably within the last maybe 5 to 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
I began knowing my mom as a woman. And it definitely helped me to heal some things from her as a mother
Mm-hmm.
because now I understood where that was coming from.
Right.
So for me, yeah, and I'm thankful for her. Do I know everything? No, because she's guarded.
Oh man.
I know what she was willing to tell me, but what I appreciate is that each year she's willing to tell me a little bit more.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
That's
Mm.
what I was gonna say. It's like I know a lot more of her. She's told me more about her childhood, which was sad,
Right.
you know, and I understand her better just by knowing how her childhood went. She was raised by a stepmother and a stepfather,
Yeah.
and not really getting the love that she wanted, and being shuffled around because she lost her mom at a young age and abused, and all that shit. And I understand it, so I respect her more.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
feel
love her
for her
more.
more, and you just wish things like that didn't happen.
Right.
But it made me understand her more.
And you
Much
think
respect.
about when they say when major trauma happens, your growth stops there.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling is the most prevalent in you, what you feel. So her constant need to protect us has never wavered. She is, and it's like her, maybe her need to feel protected stunted at growth when she really needed it. So with us, she would always be like, what are he looking at? What is that man looking at you for? It's like, it's okay. You know what I mean?
You
so
know what?
her
She need to stop watching the ID channel.
man,
That's me.
oh man,
All I watch.
That's what she need to do.
man. You talk about,
Man.
if you go on the internet, you're gonna be
you gonna see
Right.
somebody's backyard.
So, like, you know how you say your mom, she call you guys and plead the blood of Jesus over you guys.
Mhm.
Just call me, you go. That's
Yep.
me all day.
Good.
That's me
Good.
all day.
Good.
Everything
Good.
she watches, see that's bad. Oh my God! Just make sure y'all
Right.
do this.
Yeah.
And she got us all these keychains and that thing go off every time.
You sound like Alex. Alex be like,
Yeah, and it's like she, now she's older. She at home and she looking at all this and she getting paranoid.
yeah,
That's
turn the
like, turn
TV
the
off.
TV off. Stop watching the ID channel.
Yeah.
Find something to do.
What I
Girl.
always wished for her, and I still wish for her, and I think she's getting it now, is the counter to that. She has very, very loving children, but she created that. And she created it out of her need for it. She didn't say, y'all gonna love me, not that. But you either go, we were talking about this before, you either go the way, the road you're on, which is what you saw, or you make a hard right. That's right. Hard right. You make a hard right or a hard left.
Right.
So like I said before, somebody that had an alcoholic parent, they either gonna be an alcoholic or they won't drink. They won't touch the stuff.
It's usually not in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not for anybody else's purpose, it's for their own sanity. So when I think that she created I don't want to say a nucleus of loving. Like if I don't talk to one of my siblings in a week, I'll be like, what's going on with you? Where you been?
Right.
We're that close. We're abnormally close to people. People when you guys see us, they're like, they weird close. They like each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she created that. So, I love her for it. But she created that love from not having that kind of love.
Right.
And I know you all's mothers have similar stories. And some of them they may have shared, some of they may not have. But I think while they're here, and even maybe when they're not here, to go back and look at their lives as a woman, because we know how hard it is for us here.
Right.
Our mom had a colored and white bathroom.
Right.
And she's still on this earth walking around, doing the electric slide. Like she's living a life.
Right.
And it was a colored and white bathroom. Can you imagine that?
She told me recently that she and all her, like, from kindergarten to 12, she never went to school with a white person. It was only black because she was in the South. It was still segregated. So she never was even in a classroom with a white person until she went to college years later in California. And that was after we were born. So yeah.
Anytime my kids have a history, they have a history report, and I say, you guys got 4 living grandparents that lived in the South. If y'all don't call somebody and take some notes,
Okay.
that's a treasure.
Yeah, it is.
All the things, think about all the things that I know I take advantage of now. And they look at it's we got to do better by our ancestors and by our elders. We have to do better.
Yeah.
But and the thing about the mothers for you guys as women, did you want to kind of?
For me, my mom, I'm learning learning more about her, but she's so, like you said,
Kind of
guarded.
guarded.
She's very guarded. Like she, you get half a story and then that's it.
Tell her you don't have a recording device.
Right.
Tell her you ain't gonna use it against her. And ain't no but tell her outside with no cameras and just,
Right.
you get her
Yeah.
some liquor and she'll tell you.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too traumatizing for them to speak on. So it's like
Yeah.
as they get to where they're starting to release it a little bit more.
Then more will come out.
And sometimes they still look at you as a little girl.
Right.
So sometimes they're not
That's
gonna sit up there and shoot the
Mhm.
shit with you
Well,
because they're
me,
like,
but
well, this is
they-
my
right.
daughter,
Right.
so I'm not gonna sit up
Mhm.
there and
Yeah.
just, So sometimes that be it.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
sometimes, like I asked mom on something on a certain subject, she was like, "That's none of your business."
Remember, I'm going to see a dog about a horse.
Yeah.
You going?
And then, I asked her, I said, "Well, mom, you just," she said, "Well, I said what I said." Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
Right.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
asking-
Right on.
Yeah.
Man.
But sometimes she
Yeah.
really get like that. But sometimes
Mhm.
she'll.
And I think a lot for my mom too. She doesn't want to like relive it, by
Right,
her
just like
bringing it up or
she's-
something. So.
Traumas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother's gone. Was she 82? This year she'll be
Very
83.
recently.
Right.
Mhm.
So 3 years.
Mhm.
This year will be in September. Will be 3 years. But she shared a lot with me. She told me stories when she grew up.
Mm-hmm.
The things that, like you said, the stories as far as her trauma.
Mhm.
She shared that with me
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And so I don't think she hid, from me,
That's good.
and stuff. So I got a lot of knowledge from my mom
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
about her mother, about my aunts and stuff, So
Mhm.
I had a really, really good relationship with my mom. And I think all of us did, as far as she shared it with all of us,
Mhm.
and stuff. So because just like you guys, we're the same way.
Yeah.
Tina and I,
Uh-huh.
she
Really
ain't
close.
far,
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
and stuff, So, and it was like the three girls. Actually, it was me, and Tina, and I have a sister that I lost, Beverly, and the three of us. Well, we had the same mom and dad.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, the three of us, we were like just like this. I
Mhm.
mean, all three of us, and stuff. So, and then my two brothers, they have different fathers. So, my oldest brother that's here, he was close with us too. I'm the big brother, and stuff like that. But, we were all we had the same. And like you said about if your family member alcoholic, you either
Mhm.
not going to drink or you going to drink.
Mhm.
My dad was an alcoholic. I didn't drink. My
Mhm.
sister did drink.
Mhm.
Tina don't really drink. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So it plays a part. They
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
Their things, the things that they did, how they raised you, and everything,
Mhm.
it plays a part in your life, no
Yeah.
matter what,
Yeah.
and
That's true.
stuff.
Who do you think, my
Mhm.
dear?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm
Do
getting
you,
like in everybody's.
no, that's okay.
Mhm.
You're so involved.
Mhm.
Do you know your mother as a woman?
Oh yeah, yes I do. She told me stories. Of course, like there's some things that I'm sure she didn't want to say.
Right.
Mhm.
But as a woman, I do. I think it was important. Right? I think she needed to tell me
Especially you
some
being
things.
her only girl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I do know her story as a woman.
I brought that up too because they always talk about that dynamic of mothers and daughters.
Mhm.
And when you get 18, you got to get out because I ain't gonna have
Two women in one.
Right.
exact two women in one out. I
Mhm.
think I think we owe it to them, and I do. I think we owe it to them to get away and look back
Mhm.
and look at look at them as a woman. Yes, they're your mother,
Mhm.
but they're a woman. That's one thing that I like about myself is that I love love. I don't fall in love easily, but I know I'm worthy of it. I like how I feel when I'm in it, and I know what a healthy love feels like. And I think sometimes that's why I tread as lightly as I do. I love hard. That's that tourist thing, Fernando. No, you ain't paying attention. Get off your damn phone and understand what it is. No, I'm just joking. But when I friend hard, I love cause me. When I'm paying $50 grand, what you need?
Mhm.
I love and I friend so hard friends so hard. I want to get this. Our friends so hard that even sometimes our friend, I don't expect the friend I am back. I consider myself a rarity in that sense. I be, oh no, for sure. I understand. You can go off on me, and I'm gonna let you go off on me, and I'm gonna be cool with you. I'm gonna be like, I ain't gonna give me a couple of months, cause I can Oscar win curse you out. I'm like you, but I'm gonna be like, and then usually what happened, you know what? They had cut my lights off that day. The key, I found out my son got somebody pregnant. That really happened to me before, and I was double loaded, about to go back in, and something said, all right, then, let me let you go.
Right.
A month and a half later, she called me and was just like, girl, this and that was going on and this and that. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And a friend, it was nothing for me. I get it. I forgave that. I've done some things that I'll turn around and be like, my 21-year-old self, you did what? Wow. You did what? And we gotta give each other a little pass.
Grace.
A little grace. Absolute. Thank
Yeah.
you. Grace. Give each other a little bit more grace. You know what I mean? Don't be so quick to, I had a very wise woman tell me that I need people to think, I need you to think more of me. Why did you think so less of me? Try and think, I try to meet people where they are. Teacher, you start with an A with me, and then you trickle that off. That's how I am with everybody. I meet you here, and okay, now you fucking up. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right. Then it's over, and then it's done.
It's quit.
It's quit. It's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
But very interesting conversations.
Yeah.
And I love talking to you guys today. Thank you for opening yourselves up to me and just enlightening. This isn't for anybody else but me and us. I love what it did. And if you can do something for somebody else, if this video don't end up in anywhere else but my laptop, I think I love this. I'm encouraged for what's to come. I feel like I get in depth and start looking at y'all, in y'all purses and be like, you got condoms? But just evolving as women. I think this can be some great conversations, and then your daughters and your nieces and you seeing you fellowship with other women can only be positive.
These are gems that we're handing to them.
We dropping them.
Yeah.
Don't say we handing. We dropping these things. We dropping them. Okay, so with that being said, thank you all for coming.
Thank
I
you.
would
Thank
love
you
to
for having
Thank you
us.
for having us. This is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
a lot of fun.
Yes.
Like I say, Cash App,
Yes.
ASD.
Really.
No, I'm just joking, but no, I appreciate it, and everybody be well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
That's
too.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Until
thank
next
you.
time.
Yes. Next time.